But Immortals, like the only team that should stand up to Immortals is TSM. TSM would look so incredible in North America. Immortals want to look just that good, which means they don't want to have a close match with Liquid.
Yeah, everyone's talking about the top tier of North American LCS is just Immortals and TSM. They don't want any other teams breaking into their club. Team Liquid, though, it's been a day of upsets already for Team Liquid organization, and they're looking to continue.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make more miracles happen here. Vladimir off the table as well. So despite the nerfs, we talked about 615 a little bit, Vladimir's still a very popular red side ban away from the mid lane. Ryze also off the table, but yeah, if Liquid can beat Fnatic, Liquid can beat Immortals. We'll see if it can happen right here. As the final bans come through, no surprise to see a target ban with Soraka gone and Huni's Rumble as well. And Huni told me, I believe it was last week, he's like, yeah, there's so many great top lane carries. I can play Rumble, I can run around on Aurelia, it's super awesome. I believe he was tied with Hanser for most Aurelia games in North America, so he's all about that kind of style.
I feel like Huni and Ray are kind of kindred spirits. Ray's just building full damage on every champion he gets. The Dustblade Aurelia coming through.
That is a build I've not seen
But
before.
yeah, honestly, the bans here from Team Liquid are spot bans. Basically just key champions across the board for Immortals. You know, Adrian Soraka, legendary, the one bringing all these range supports in.
Absolutely.
Huni's had a lot of success on the Rumble, and then the all-arounder there, Ryze. But Immortals bans, obviously very focused on the mid lane, even though technically Vlad and Karma can be flexed to other lanes as well. You know, Phoenix taking his fair share of the bans and shouldering that weight for the team. Once again, early pick on Braum, been very popular in the last few weeks. You know, you can protect your minion waves. It opens up a lot of strategies. He's a very diverse pick. Plus, he adds so much level 1 presence. I love talking about this for Braum just because there's so many opportunities to get early kills. And Team Liquid have been a team, especially with Fabi on the squad, they've gotten a ridiculous amount of first bloods with those two taking part in them. Fabi usually likes to take the Jhin. Jhin Braum, so much pick potential.
And you're seeing right now the Liquid putting in plenty of damage in the lineup right now. They're happy to take their own jungler, not trying to show much else, but they're also rush picking the Victor. When you consider Azir, Vlad, and Karma off the table, it's almost a bargain that Liquid managed to grab Victor.
Yeah, they're very quick lock-ins here from Team Liquid, stealing away Victor from possability. This is one of possability's main champions, so comfortable on it. Plus, it's a great blind pick mid laner for Team Liquid, considering the extra bans that have already been thrown at the mid lane. So all around, I think Team Liquid are extremely happy with the way this pick bans is going. Because I was also talking to Darduck a lot. I played against him in solo queue on our Smurfs a couple of days ago. And he has really been focusing a lot on Graves play. So they're okay knowing that Reignover really wants this Rek'Sai and he was going to early round it. They were pretty much expecting this opening as far as the pick bans goes.
Right. It's interesting, though, that now Liquid have basically put themselves in a situation where both of their solo lanes are now counter-pickable. It's not that it's not that Zilean completely smashes Victor, but it's certainly one of his better matchups, I would say. Without any blinks, the double bomb is much easier for him. And you have possability, who pretty much leads the league in player of the games, and Huni, Reignover, who are probably the best top jungle, arguably in the game. You could argue Lorlo and Darduck trying to battle them for that, but they both now get to sort of counterpick their matchups.
Yeah,
the blind pick Shen.
Zilean's success is so much about team play. I don't expect it really to manifest itself in any sort of lane bullying for either side in this game. Both Phoenix and possability, I think, are gonna be more farm heavy, and it's gonna be about how these guys play as a team, which is how I really want this game to come down to. And all the speed here on the Immortal side with the Bard just means that they're looking to catch people out with the Tempered Fate. They have many, many ways to collapse on someone who gets hit with that Tempered Fate. And as you say, you know, Victor doesn't have his own mobility spells. He's a prime target for those. So Phoenix going to have his dancing shoes on. He does have ghosts, you know, so for a little bit more mobility there. But Team Liquid are kind of semi-answer all the speed that Immortals are packing with the Shen last round pick here. Get that global. And then my favorite, the Jhin plus Braum. So much pick potential.
Wow.
And I have to go back and check the stats, but Team Liquid have run that duo so many times over and over.
Yes, they have. And look at this blast from the past. Top lane gangplank for Huni. Waiting to see, only his third pick here in North America. Lost all his games so far, though.
I'm so curious as to Huni's build also, because with the changes to Trinity Force, it's not just that guaranteed, oh, everyone's building Trinity Force into more crit because there's no crit on Trinity Force anymore. Some people are still going with it.
Well, it's more CDR, but you're right, no crit on it.
Yeah, some people are still going with the Trinity Force and, you know, delaying crit builds, even going as far to get Ghostblade. But I actually really like the new builds with static Shiv straight into more crit.
Interesting.
It's very squishy, it's very risky, but man, do you get some explosive barrels, lightning and fire.
Yep.
We'll have to see what Huni decides to go with, though. And keep an eye on the junglers, as always, with these two, because that's usually where the action's going to be.
You got to add an Iceborne Gauntlet so you can be an Elementalist gameplay. Just add all the effects you possibly can, the weather effects in abundance. So here we go. Champ Select is done. Some interesting things right here. Huni bringing out the Gangplank as his counter pick to Shen, which I think will be incredibly interesting here. A Zillion to help make sure the rest of the team can go well.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Last time we were talking about this, me and Isaac actually, Isaac was like, yeah, man, Gangplank has got so many things that are good against Shen. The barrels, you know, armor penetration. You can pretty much eat oranges on cooldown every time you get taunted. So we'll see if Huni's able to take the matchup and get some priority up there.
Well, we'll see how the one-on-one goes. These two teams have some passionate fans, so it's time to show everyone who can make the bigger splash on Twitter. Liquid fans, hit us up with the hashtag TLWin. Immortals fans, as always, hashtag IMTWin to cheer your team on to victory. We are getting ourselves in to game one of our match of the week. Liquid hoping to cement themselves near the top of the standings. Immortals hoping to continue to distance themselves from the rest of the competition to secure that they are that S-tier team. And here we go with game one.
There they are, getting into it. All right, let's see. Everybody, it looks like they're going to open up with defensive wards here just down the river. Don't see any invades taking place. And that means, Freak, that we probably will get standard lanes, which is the best way to showcase our jungler matchup. I love it. There's just so many more opportunities, more influence given to the junglers in the early game. You know, deciding on where you're going to start. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
All right, well, right now they're going to dance back and forth. It's interesting what you hear from Dardoch based on what context you get him in. So I was walking over to the stage to get ready for my interview with Special about 15 minutes ago. I was about 20 feet behind Dardoch, and I tried to talk loudly so he overheard me. It's like, hey, 20 of the Liquid members, like, hey, how do you think Dardoch feels about being the #3 jungler in NA?
Oh.
Like, to try to troll him a little bit. And then he brought it out so that Dardoch could hear. He's like, hey, I'm at least #2, come on. He was like very like sincere about it. He's like, I'm not saying I'm smashing everybody, but it's like, come on, there's only one player you can consider. It's me and Reyna. We all know this, but he was like, he was willing to like accept being #2, which I thought was interesting.
That's bold, actually. I believe Sven Skaren has been making a very good case for himself, just because the way he's playing with TSM, so heavily involved in the entire team, going for so much counter jungling. We'll see if there's any of that kind of jungling in this game, as both of them start on the Krugs, so that is opposite sides of the map, but both of them are going to be having the option to go for ganks right after they clear their red quadrants.
And it will actually be a lane swap as well. Liquid eventually sent their dual lane up to the top side, so in both cases, it's the Shen and the Gangplank only absorbing a bit of XP before they get pushed out of the lane. Reyna doing his standard grab no buffs early game start. He likes to delay those quite a lot, especially in lane swap, so that when he finally does take them, he's not running out of the buff duration, but he can actually get ganks off.
Yeah, there's that. Plus, also, you always run the risk in the lane swaps of the invades there, Braum being super annoying. As of right now, though, Huni only was able to get one of those melee minions. We always try and track if the top laner can snag those before leaving. Whereas Lorlo did get the 3 melee ones. Huni not quite expecting the swap there. And looks like Randover will be able to clear out his red quadrant, same as Dardoch.
Oh no, Huni got his teleport canceled by Matt setting up for the W.
The Jin Braum!
I don't think he saw that coming at all.
Even if you don't get a kill, like that play was massive. Even though they're not able to pick someone off and get the kill, really nice awareness there for the duo lane, and that is going to heavily delay the lane swap. Huni's not going to be able to get down there to help out with the damage. He's going to have to walk, and hopefully for him, he gets there in time to at least get the solo gold. I'm pretty sure
likely
they'll save the turret for him.
Well, it's going to die slower anyway. They have to wait another way without Gangplank helping it, so I think for sure he's going to get XP.
Let's see what Team Liquid can do with this couple of seconds of lead on the lane swap.
Yeah.
It actually,
They're not killing the turret
it
very
actually
fast.
isn't. They're killing it very slowly because they do have Jhin. Shen also doesn't have anything he can add to turret killing, so it's not gonna end up costing Immortals too much.
Yep.
Except that Huni was just delayed a little bit and didn't soak up quite as much of the 3-man share of experience, which honestly isn't going to be that much. So while it looks spectacular you know, it could have been a huge deal because of the slower tower killing here from Team Liquid, it's not going to end up meaning anything, and they actually don't get the turret first even.
True. So there are two other small points I do want to bring up. One is that Huni didn't see it coming, so he didn't cancel his teleport. He does have the full cooldown by not manually canceling
cooldown.
The full cooldown. But also, Huni's mastery is actually, he's not into the resolve tree at all, so his teleport cooldown is actually much longer as well. The duration, it's 150 seconds versus 198. So there's a 45-second window pretty much every time where Lorlo's teleport will be faster, and if they can use that window, then good for Liquid. It's a slim one, though.
You also have to always keep in mind the globals of both those top laners, because Gangplank can add quite a bit of damage with the ultimate, especially early on, whereas you can't actually show up in person like Shen. But as we see, the mid lane has been kept alone, so they get to go offensive, and as I was expecting, just farming for both of those guys.
And so far, so good. And right now, a 400 gold lead for the Immortals squad right now is they've gotten a little bit more gold on their Gangplank and on their Sivir, actually. It feels like Liquid has managed to miss a lot. Also, Immortals have managed to push both the waves in. The Gangplank has shoved in against the Shen, who's only showing up now. Lorlo against Huni is down 2 levels.
Yeah.
Fabi and Matt, I mean, late to that top side.
Sivir just has such an advantage in shoving the waves early, able to get a lot of those denied to the tower, actually.
Yeah. That was just Immortals being a wave faster. No one was there to grab the top lane, it seemed.
And look at this. They're still working with the large minion waves that they've built up. Shen, though, so good at CSing under turret. Q activations make your last hitting very easy, even though Lorlo has managed to miss 3.
Okay, all 3 autos, so sometimes it's off cooldown and he can't get the attacks in. He's doing like the best he can, pretty much.
Anyways, Immortals are able to deny a token amount of minions on both lanes by shoving them all the way into the turrets. And Reignover does make his appearance with the giant minion wave to ensure that Huni can push that up safely. So not overextending. You know, one of the things that we are going to keep an eye on is Huni's play. He's got one of the highest, actually I think he had the highest coming into this week, death share of any single person for their team.
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, up top, though, they're looking to increase the death share of the Team Liquid top lane.
Trying to get behind on Matt, who puts up the shield, but Adrian actually saving his Q, expecting that play, but doesn't get much done into Fabi. Liquid backing off reliably in time.
Gank denied. However, there was only one camp up, so not much time lost for Reignover there. Didn't cost him much to go with Adrian up for that attempt. There's the instant orange. Lorlo did get the pass-through on his Q. Yep. By the way, your Spirit Sword, if you just walk next to a person, your sword doesn't have to pass all the way through your enemy champion. So if you just hug the enemy champion's model, as long as the sword will just touch the edge of their model, even if you're chasing them from behind, you can get the slow and extra damage as well. Yeah, just by trying to hug the person.
Yeah, as long as it lands after he hits the oranges, as long as you kind of time the Q activation from Shen, it's a 2-second long, 35% slow, as long as you're running away from Shen, which he was. So
nice dodge.
You can guarantee his attacks come through. Immortals small gold lead, again, a lot of that is just being a Gangplank on their team. Minions, monsters going away, and the lanes are matching up reasonably well. Bonus XP for Dardoch thanks to killing wards. That's a new thing in 6.13.
Indeed it is. Here comes the roam from Adrian, coming back from his experience that he's just collected from the chimes. Looks like this should be a pretty stale top lane, even though there are pings coming up here once again as Reignover heads to the top side. Does have his Raptor buff still ticking here, so he can get in and clear that ward out. Team Liquid are pushing up pretty far right now. They have to start wondering about the presence of Reignover. And they might want to call Dardoch to ensure that they don't get collapsed upon.
Nice stun to Matt, and exactly. Rainover's nearby. He's right over the wall. Adrian gets away, and here comes the play. Gangplank ulti across, exhausting to Fabi. Here's a teleport as well, which cannot be matched by Phoenix. Everyone's up here. Shen showing up, but Fabi's going to go down to the double bomb, and that's going to be another one picked up.
I mean,
Liquid overextending against
as soon as we mention it, you cross that line, you're past your wards. You haven't been able to clear out any of the vision from Immortals. You know they're running the extra global here with possability in the mid lane. And yes, they did probably make the call to have Dardoch come, but you can see his path he was taking was a delayed path. It was through the enemy jungle as well, and they do not respect Immortals' ability to join this fight. I mean, they're just up in enemy territory. The Gangplank ult starts it out, as you talked about, the extra slow plus damage there. Turtle runs straight past Matt with the spell shield on, knowing that Jin's so easy to catch there, and the double teleports plus the ultimate here do come in. Dardoch, though, should be able to take this 1v1.
Red buff, and he's behind Huni. Nice explosion right there. Flashing away, but there's the chase picked up. Nicely done. Dardoch gets a solo kill, the overextended Huni.
Yeah, plus Dardoch was, even playing a little safe there, has an extra auto attack. You go for the auto into your dash, and your other auto is going to come out a lot quicker for Graves. Dardoch, he's one of the best at animation canceling on Graves, which does increase your DPS a significant amount. Not quite as much as Riven, but definitely still very much a skill you need to practice if you want to main that champion now.
Yeah, you can actually overwrite your R's knockback if you auto ER quickly enough.
Yep.
You can quick draw over the animation and lock out the knockback. So shout out to Dardoch for grabbing that one. Didn't have to use his ulti in that kill, but it does keep Liquid a little bit closer. Immortals right now, though, already ahead. 10 minutes in, look at the gold lead. 1,500 for themselves, plus the play for this Infernal Drake. They got to be happy about that one as well. So many champions love this kind of buff they're going to get. Yeah, especially Gangplank, who's like fighting to have enough damage to one-shot caster minions.
Because Immortals are a team that run their jungler as their main tank and a top lane carry, they have more carries on their team, building more damage early on. So especially for this team, as you mentioned, Infernal Drake is the premier Drake. Even in the early game, where we usually give so much weight to the Ocean Drake.
Yeah.
I mean, Rek'Sai in the jungle always stays healthy, so that's probably the best one for them, actually, especially since they already have this bit of a gold lead right now. Going to help them snowball as they send their duo back up to this top side. For Team Liquid, though, you got to keep your eyes on the Shen now. Team Liquid are looking to catch up. They have the potential to pick people off. Jhin is level 6. Lorlo's ready with Stand United. They can make a play on the map on the other side. They know that Immortals, both their teleports are down. Yes, Gangplank ultimate can come through, but...
Rek'Sai got spotted killing a ward a little bit ago. Matt and Fabi are aware of this. Don't go for much more of the play. Simply waiting to sit under their turret. No pressure was put onto Huni right there, who was past the river, but no one wanted to make the play.
And that was one of the big opportunities I was trying to set up here for Team Liquid. League of Legends is all about these windows of opportunity based around your enemy's cooldowns. Immortals just make a huge play. You have to make them pay for it. Right now, Immortals just want to hold on to their lead that they earned. They just want to CS while they wait for their teleports and ultimates to come back. Team Liquid should be trying to press right now, even though it feels like they just got behind. And it looks like they're going to have to defend on this top side. Two-man defense. Dardoch comes in. They should be just fine.
Yeah. Rainover made his presence known. He poked Dardoch a little bit, who's actually in the half HP. I think Ricochet got him a little bit there. And looks like Liquid going to give away this turret. possability still does not have his teleport yet, but it's scary enough that Huni could ulti across.
There's a possibility of Lorlo overloading that bottom side as well. If Huni can't clear this wave, they could go for the dive, but Huni can clear the wave, so...
No contest by Liquid. I'm actually surprised Huni, in a completely obvious 1v3, Liquid don't pull the trigger. That seems honestly too safe as they give away top turret. I'm actually not sure why Liquid didn't just dive that.
That window we were talking about, Freak, it's closing. You see those cooldowns on the teleports? They're coming right back up for Immortals. Immortals come away with a strong play while they're down in cooldowns. They take the top turret, they defend bottom with the Gangplank wave clear, and they're going to get Rift Tail. Oh, no, they're not.
Maybe not. They're getting poked around. Rainover down to half HP, and the Magical Journey gets the rest of them to safety. But as long as Liquid don't juggle the aggro too many times, you'll see that dwindling red bar.
If you steal the smite, and you actually smite the last hit, then Team Liquid can't get the buff afterwards.
Right, you can only grab it if you're the team who killed it, and it resets. Rainover bought enough time that no one's going to get the tanky retro, but now the re-engage. Fabi's Jhin puts in the curtain
Just
call.
out of range.
And Rainover, oh, the flash doesn't catch him, actually. The taunt doesn't land. Lorlo shorts it, sadly. Rainover gets away.
Touch and go there as Immortals ensure that they have a free farming lane down bottom while nothing's going on here. Fighting over this objective, delaying Team Liquid. They've bought the time for the window to close. Now it's Immortals' turn once again. Not only do they have the gold advantage, but they're ready to create another play here.
All right, well, we'll see if that play happens soon. Immortals definitely not one that's gun-shy in this one at all. Adrian actually has already roamed to the mid lane. There's a slow one to Phoenix, but no double bomb. Nice juke, actually. Turns around, does not get bound against the trees.
Yep. It's definitely something you have to be cautious about whenever you see the Bard plus Zilean combination. If that Tempered Fate lands, you're going to have a very difficult time escaping with the free double bombs from Phoenix and plenty of extra damage coming from Immortals as well as they move in here for the blue steal. They know that there's a Jhin down bottom. They've got numbers advantage. They can force any sort of conflict that they want up on this top side of the map. There's no way Fabi can influence it, and they're going to sneak that one pretty easily there for Turtle.
Yep. Yeah, pretty lucky with him. He actually crit it for 300 damage. Only 20% chance to crit. Otherwise, Rainover would have just smacked that with the Z and taken it away. But very nice that Sivir gets the extra mana, and the CDR doesn't suck right now. Cole is almost done getting all its free money, and he'll spike up with at least a Zeal, I imagine, when that comes through. Close to it anyway.
Going to be pretty hard, to come back from a deficit in this game because Immortals are running so much wave clear. With Huni already displaying the Gangplank wave clear this early on, now he's got Trinity Force built. He is going for that no crit build early on, but it's not going to hurt his wave clear at all. He should be just fine using the ultimate, using the barrels, and the other side, a blue buff Sivir.
Yep. Shoving and shoving
Waves
and shoving.
don't even exist.
Yeah, and dodge doesn't affect ricochet. The primary target, sure, but the rest of them are going to hit you regardless. I'm pretty certain on that one, and so you've seen this turret take a lot of damage. Lorlo, oh, careful, you pulled aggro for that ricochet hit.
Yeah, as long as you don't dodge the initial one. Because if you dodge the initial one, then all the other bounces should fizzle, I believe.
I'm actually not sure on that one. I've not played against many Shens or Jaxes on Sivir, so I don't know the interaction myself, sadly. Normally I pride myself on that, but I don't got it here.
You're making me second guess myself, but I'm like 90%
hey, I
sure
trust you. You don't really play top lane much either. So.
Well, I played Jungle Shen, baby.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, you're on that hype train.
You saw me today.
You're right. I didn't know if you were jungling or top lane though. I just saw you had a yellow energy bar.
By the way, Jungle Shen, it's busted.
And Kobe only plays OP champions, basically.
All you need to do, challenging smite with your Cinderhawk, go full tank. Everybody will love you because you come and save them in solo queue. Nobody expects to be saved in solo queue.
Yep.
All right, back
you
to
get
this
honor
game,
as well as wins.
Immortals are converging on the Dragon. They should be able to have huge priority here because Gangplank and Zilean are two of the most scary to face check. Plus, we already mentioned the opportunity that Bard has to catch someone out with Tempered Fate. It might just present itself here.
Well, Pobel just got to ult himself pretty soon. He's running out of health, though. He gets away and stays alive. Huni picks off Matt. It's already 2 kills picked up for the Gangplank.
Absolutely destroyed here. Team Liquid walk right into the trap. Matt, Dardoch, can he get away?
Ray never gets rooted up, so Dardoch's running around with a double bomb onto the teammate to make sure the stun lands. Great awareness by Pobelter. Picks him off.
Yeah, if we look at the beginning of that fight, Immortals are so confident going for this because, first of all, Mountain Drake does the least amount of damage, so Rainover has no problem tanking for the team, but Bard can immediately ult the Jhin as soon as Fabi tries to pull up and snipe. That's exactly what Adrian does. So he's basically out of the entire fight. Then there's the giant AoE we talked about as this dragon resets. The giant AoE we talked about, of the dangers of walking into Gangplank and Zilean. Barrels in the brush, so they zone him off to that side. And then ultimate hits, everyone explodes. Everybody else actually from Immortals right out the backside, but it doesn't matter because they killed the 2 squishies first. Phoenix getting annihilated. Without Phoenix, Team Liquid can't do much.
And that was just so nice by Pobelter. Rainover just holds positions and he double bombed his teammate to make sure the stun's going to land.
Yep.
As long as he's in the radius. So really nice coordination between those two. Immortals certainly looking incredibly scary as a team. Gold lead almost 5,000, 18 minutes in. Liquid, they tried the challenge for the top of the rankings, but you're seeing Immortals just seem to be on another level right now.
As even Dardoch mentioned, they come in confident every time they try and play Immortals, but every single time, Immortals take them out 2-0.
Yeah, in Spring Split, Immortals won both their showdowns in the third place match. Immortals 3-0'd them in a best of 5. They're about to take every game in the regular season, the Summer Split now as well, and Immortals just will not say die to this squad. Looking for the ulti to stop up Chu as Rainover. Looking to mess with these guys a little bit further. Nice shield up by Matt, but it doesn't really matter. Shenalty probably going to get blown through. Wild Turtle a bit slow on the spell shield, and Matt will stay alive. Fabi flashing out as well. Rainover low, and a nice top by Lorlo picks up one. And now possability in a very bad spot. Ults himself to stay alive. Braum ulti going to miss everyone. And oh no! They're going to let him live. Perfect timing, though. Dardoch actually gets the ulti across and picks that one up after a time. Oh man, a barrel explosion.
Hooney's in there for the side swipe, and they get one back. So Immortals actually only lose out 2 for 1 here. Not quite as terrible as it could have been. Pretty big collapse there from Team Liquid. Let's see what they can do with it, though. Again, the wave clear from Immortals, and Hooney specifically is going to stop any sort of press for an objective afterwards. So in the end, it's just a small amount of gold here in the pockets of Team Liquid. Take a look at the opening here from Immortals, though, as they get the Bard Tempered Fate to set everything up. Shen does end up coming through, though, as they don't commit. Fabi baits in Rainover, flashes away, and then sets up sniping here from the outside. possability is going to be able to get through as that fourth shot. I don't know what he was aiming for with the fourth shot, because possability was
I think they were trying to wait it out, potentially. Because he was stunned and no one attacked him, and they were hoping to wait out the Zillion ulti and just kill him after the fact.
But he shot it off to the side where you're not going to get any benefit. At least reload, cancel your ultimate if you're right. Timeout or something.
Yeah. Well, who knows? He shot at the other guys earlier. Either way, blue buff going to go over pretty cleanly to Phoenix. As Fabi sits 0, 1, and 2 in the scoreline. All of the kills actually on Liquid's marksman jungler Dardoch. Meanwhile, Hooney carrying 4 of the 6 for his squad. Terry tops clearly back in favor for Immortals. They continue to be this way. A nice route onto possability. He does have his ulti, gets stunned up. A lot of damage onto him. Pops the cell for a 5, but look at the damage output on a Wild Turtle. He's kiting away, but not fast enough. Slowed down, goes down. Chaos Storm will land a slow onto Adrian, and he gets picked off. A double kill for Phoenix. Gold a bit close, but Hooney wants in. Chunks down the back line of Liquid. They might not be able to siege anymore. They've got no minions left. They've got no health bars.
The last minion goes down there, and Immortals are going to be able to hold on to their turrets, but still, another couple kills here for Team Liquid. Doing a lot for team morale. It's still not enough to get them back in this game, but it should be enough for them to at least try and get some ward control on their own side of the map at the very least.
And it's going to be the hope right now for Liquid, because they've been on the back foot the entire time here, and it's always unfortunate when you see a team win a team fight, like 2 for 0, 2 for 1, and then nothing good actually happens for them afterwards because of how much damage is dealt back.
Yeah, and the gangplank here, Hooney constantly coming in from the sides, barrel chains, not only taking out a significant amount of health from Team Liquid, but also destroying the minion waves so they can't pressure any objectives afterwards.
Right, you've got Sivir, this gangplank, and even Zillion's not completely terrible at it. It's honestly just hard to push. Fabi wasn't really watching. And now comes the wrist, manages to juke away from the stun, but here comes the Zillion. The double bomb not quite going to land, but the knockup is there for Rainover. That's going to mean the kill pretty easily. Couple of ultis and a teleport burn, but still, the champion is dead and Immortals have a power play.
This is what the top teams are doing so well right now.
And a smite steal.
Constant cross-map plays. Rainover's just going to... That is the worst feeling. Your own wolf spirit trailing you around, reminding you, hey, he just stole your camp. Hey, he just stole your camp. It's
exclamation point. Hey, this is theirs.
Listen, hey, listen.
Smite better. Press D to smite, Dardoch. It's in your name. Let's go.
Wasn't actually checking if he had it up there.
It's up now, though. You just got to pretend it was always his fault. Ward's being cleared away. Much to the sadness of the fans here in this audience, as you can tell.
Oh, get it.
Yep.
Talked about those animation canceling skills from Dardoch.
What a madman.
Oh, man.
He pressed E against an immobile unit.
Woo. Uh-oh, Phoenix is on the chase here with possability.
What a legend.
Yep.
Possability
taught him a lesson.
Yep. Hey, here's some damage. You should pace yourself and get away. Okay. Magical Journey.
Learn.
tries to scare Phoenix, who walks away from the river, is going to recall back and get some new items. So as the map resets a little bit, we're still actually at a very tight turret game. It's only 2-1. Neither team's gotten great pushing to happen. The wave clear is pretty solid from both these squads, but it's Immortals up 5,000 gold. They've been controlling minion waves better. They've been getting more farm. Gangplank up 50 CS plus all of his free Gangplank money. And every single lane actually pretty much up in farm.
And all of that extra money has turned itself into real power here. Infinity Edge completed. Even though Trinity Force doesn't have extra crit to boost it by, it's still a very big power spike for Gangplank.
Yep. Those % of the time you one-shot everybody.
Well, Fabi's definitely going to have to be worried.
Yep.
Right now he has both summoners and so does Phoenix, but those two guys are going to have a lot of tempered fates being thrown at them. They're going to have a lot of Gangplank ultimates as well, and it is going to be rough for the Team Liquid backline, trying to avoid those things.
You can set up all of it too. Tempered Fate lands, set up some barrels.
Double bombs as well, I mean.
Right, there's so much easy sort of cooking prepared right now, right? It's all going to be catered, courtesy of Adrian on Bard. And life may be very difficult for Liquid, who honestly, despite having a Shen with the Stand United, only been part of 2 of the 5 kills so far on the team. They really haven't been able to use Lorlo much outside of trying to put out the fires. Rainover gets some nice hot chocolate, unseasonably, and walks away.
Plus, it's not like Team Liquid can rely upon outscaling Immortals in the late game either. I mean, at this point, you have to say, okay, guys, we're farming for late because you want it to get, you know, closer to even in gold. But Immortals have so many options for the late game, whereas Team Liquid, Jhin, he's so good early on, but whenever he's facing a full tank like Rainover builds on the Rek'Sai, it becomes very difficult towards the late game, whereas Sivir's going to be able to AoE crit everyone. Jhin, although Fabi's not going the flat penetration build, so it's not quite as bad as usual, Jhin still is going to have a hard time getting through Rainover because he's very easily body blocked.
And even if the champion weren't already not in a great spot for killing tanks, he's behind 2,000 gold, Fabi. So he doesn't even have the items to knock these guys down.
This guy, though, he's not a full tank.
Goes for the portal, and he will walk away. Oh, too early on the death ray for Phoenix. Now looking to chase down Pobelter, gets him out of the fight. Adrian walking away pretty cleanly, and Matt goes down to a Pobelter bomb off the screen.
Hooney's in the back again. Hooney just sniping people with these barrels as well, zoning the team.
Look at this. Hooney wants even more. Lands a barrel. Finally trades back with Lorlo, but there's just no damage really left. It's just Fabi and his top laner. 3 dead, only 1 down from Immortals. Another team fight win for the red team. We can reset and take over the map.
Yep, Rek'Sai can actually ult back onto the field. They can go for Baron if they so choose.
It looks like they're going to.
There is a stand united. There is a stand united for Team Liquid. Fabi can get in there and annoy them. Pobelter, ultimate about to come back up for him on the Zillion, so revive is a possibility.
Ooh, a little bit of poke. Pobelter's getting a little lower over time. Only 200 health left on him. Lorlo wants in. He's going to go. Force the revive. 2,000 health. But the jungler's there. You should not miss this smite. And Rainover's going to get it. Make sure he lands that one. Fabi very low. He will just survive the bomb and gets away. Lands a root onto Rainover. More damage coming across him. Lorlo just cannot be killed, but Wild Turtle's in the house. He's killing everybody off. Matt's going to go down a double kill. Make this soon a triple as Lorlo jumps the wall. But there's a bomb on top of him. The chain's going to land, and a couple more hits will do it. Adrian wants the fight. Nope, it's a triple. I called it after all. Wild Turtle, the long-range boomerang.
The Prophet. Oh, my goodness. That clean sweep is going to mean that there's not only Baron buff on Immortals, but a 10,000 gold lead at 27 minutes as well. Take another look at this. There goes the revive that we're talking about. And Immortals originally are thinking, all right, we got Baron, let's get out. But because the magical journey ends, they make the call, no man left behind, everybody get in here. Turtles in the middle of the pit. Hooney even arrives, hey guys, I'm helping. Got the home guards. Lorlo actually unlucky here, walks back into the boomerang to complete the ace. Yeah. But as of right now, game number 1 looks like Immortals should be able to run right into the base of Team Liquid.
Right, we come back in. Phoenix is already dead. Immortals have taken down the 2 mid lane turrets. They got the first one earlier, the second one just now, so they've exploited their gold lead to 11,000. It was 5-6 minutes ago or something. They've just blown everybody up right now, and looks like they're looking for the mid lane here. Baron buff on, no mid laner to wave clear. They shut off the back line, making him run away. Here comes a bunch of turret damage, but the attempt to go in onto Huni does not yet get revived. He's dangerously low, and he's gonna run right in for the team. They've already picked up Lola. They've gotten Matt as well. It's just all of Liquid dropping rapidly as Huni is not going to be going down. Fabi gives him the nice warning shot, but that gives him back to full health. Maybe a unneeded auto attack.
That's always the catch-22, because you're like, I want to wait for it to come off, but if I wait for the Zillion ult to time out, he's going to shoot me while I'm waiting.
Right.
And he might crit me and kill me, so...
Yeah, always a tough decision, but sadly, Fabi, well, he gets full health, but so does Huni at this point, so doesn't time it ideally, or chooses the safer option, but either way, nothing great happens for him. 6,000 gold Baron power play for Immortals.
Gee.
I mean, when you get a triple kill after you kill Baron, and then you take down a couple of turrets in mid, I'm not surprised, but...
They were already winning
I know.
as well, so...
So they're just destroying now.
A landslide at the moment. Take another look at this dive. They are able to dodge that Bard ultimate, but again, it's a 4 versus 5. They don't have a mid laner in this defense, so that's why Immortals run right through. As you can see, Reignover, full tank Rek'Sai does so much against Jhin. Able to body block and take the turret at the same time. They scatter Team Liquid. Dardoch's the only man left alive at the end, and they're trying to clean up the pieces, but Immortals do not let up on the gas.
They really never do. A very tenacious, very fast team, looking at just under 30 minutes as they continue to pressure more of the base. Even fortunate for them to get a second Mountain Drake up on the map next, so they can knock the turrets down even faster if they need to. 15,000 gold lead, 7,400 Baron power play. Actually ridiculous how far ahead they are.
Huni's also approaching Flame Horizon on Lorlo.
Oh my word, they are gone already. The bot lane of Liquid have dropped. They are gone, they have been shattered. The bottom inhibitor going to be going down quickly as well. A nice knock up on the Dardoch. Gets exhausted, gets a Shen ulti, but still not a lot of places left to go. Gangplank was picked off by Phoenix, but a nice shutdown coming through for the Liquid mid laner as he runs around, hit by a bomb. Dardoch dangerously low. Phoenix tanks a bomb as well, trying to get away from this one. Gets the shield on. The flash auto attack is popped by Pobelter. A third kill now for Immortals. 19-7 on the scoreboard right now, looking for these final two turrets as they drop one. The second one gonna go down as well. There's just no defense left for Liquid. Just over 30 minutes, more fast wins. Immortals continuing to just take names, even against high-placed teams. Okay, they lose Turtle, but doesn't really matter. At this point, it looks like it does. Reignover drops as well, and Liquid hold for now, killing 3 in the defense, but they have so little left in their base.
They do, and it is going to buy them more time, to think about the rest of the series as well. This one's not over, but in order to make this comeback happen, this would have to be one of the most legendary comebacks of the North American LCS. And my friend, we have had some very legendary comebacks taking over 80 minutes. Maybe we're setting up for one right now. It is, still early in the day, Freak.
Honestly, Kobe, I feel like this composition is not the one these comebacks are made of.
Yeah, we did caution against the fact that Team Liquid can't rely on scaling. Already early in the game, so... And
they don't have the premier wave clear. Jhin is one of the worst AD carries when your team is behind.
Yeah, I mean, they do have Victor, but that is not going to help. Nexus is already at half-life, and there are 2 wards ready to teleport on for the back door. If you go outside your base, Huni's going to get in there, Pobelter's going to revive him, and they could probably just auto that thing down.
Right, you 5-man siege top. If they defend the turret, you're on the next the game ends.
Teleport in.
All right, well, they're still waiting for Wild Turtle, who's running across from the base. He was one of the last ones killed. Raider cheated by Void rushing across the map. Turtle sadly only has to use human legs.
Not turtle legs?
Or cat legs or whatever he pretends to be.
Well, the wards have timed out by the Nexus, so at least Team Liquid don't have to worry about that anymore. However, 5 members of Immortals knocking at the door.
Scary enough. They go for the dive. They shut off Dardoch, but they also attack Reignover with the Bard ulti. Matt low and gets popped right away. Reignover very tanky, taunted, and stuck inside the base. Will there be a Zillion revive? Yep, Immortals. Pobelter's actually pulled the cooldown onto somebody. It's timed out by now, and the snipe goes towards Turtle. Be careful, the damage is coming across. One more shot strikes Pobelter. It's a 5v4. Reignover low with no ulti means he can't really join in. Huni pressures mid, but Fabi defends the Nexus for now. Immortals get a 1-for-0 technically. but are low on health, and they will choose to revive. So actually, Liquid have bought some time, which means they've earned some gold.
Not much time because Rainover's right back out on the field. Turtle's life-stealing back up off the minion wave, and Dardoch is caught.
He's looking to fight Pobelter, slowed down heavily, and he will finally drop down. So now 2 off the field. Matt revives just now. Another 5v4. The team going for the push to win the game. Maybe took 3 minutes longer than they expected, but this could be the game-winning push right now. Dardoch gone for 45. Huni kites away from Phoenix, and now the inhibitors are all dead. They push in. Oh, low health on a Wild Turtle, but now out of the Nexus. There's just almost no chance of surviving this one as Fabi tries to put the damage down. And Rainover actually running out of HP. Turtle the same, almost goes down. Nearly catch out Lorlo. He stays alive. Phoenix tanks a bomb.
Huni,
oh, Huni picks one up. Back on the Nexus they go. This is the fight to end the game, and looks like Immortals will do it. Game 1 goes solidly to the red team here, holding on to that number 2 spot as though nothing was ever wrong. Liquid had a couple of valiant defenses, but Immortals were heavily outmatching them.
Definitely true. 70,000 gold earned by Immortals in 33 minutes.
That is high.
That's a spanking. They do have the extra gold income from Gangplank, who, by the way, almost was able to get 100 CS over Lorlo. Not quite able to hit that mark. But he was in there for the Nexus kill.
260 to 173. Yeah, 87 off, or 87-13 off, I guess. Still, yeah, kind of a smashing of a game. Immortals had that interesting situation in the beginning of the game where Matt and Fabi stopped Huni's early teleport. We're like, oh,
cool,
it might
dude.
hurt. Yeah, that was cool. And we're like, okay, that should theoretically hurt the lane swap a little bit, right? Gangplank has to walk across the map when he was obviously wanting to teleport as the optimal play. And yet, Immortals were still faster on the lane swap. They took the turret down first. They got several waves pushed into the turrets in round 2, denying even further farm. And it just felt like the gold kind of kept going Immortals' way. Liquid just never found a strong opening play.
Yeah, what you want to do, this Team Liquid team, they're wanting to set up after the level 6 here for Jhin to be able to snipe people. Shen can come in. You know, they can try and get these picks. You know, Pobelter's or Phoenix is going to wave clear in the mid lane.
Right.
They never got to that point. Immortals started so quickly that they just got this gold lead rolling before Team Liquid even got a chance to make that proactive play.
Pretty much at level 6, Liquid pushing the top side, get past the river. Oh, suddenly every global on the map has been sent towards us. Whoops, we forgot about the fact that Zillion is TP and Gangplank exists, and that started the snowball. Immortals did a great job of further closing out game 1, and so now for more insight into that win, let's check in with the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Immortals picking up a victory over Team Liquid. And we already said it, this matchup is hell for Team Liquid.
Volatile,
right?
but usually never in their favor.
Exactly, and that's the thing, right? They're always exciting matchups to watch because there is so much butting heads. There is so much skirmishing going on and a lot of action, so it's exciting in that regard. But you can't help but feel sorry for Liquid the entire time when you feel like they're getting beat at their own game. And as Kobe mentioned, particularly in this game, they weren't even given the opportunity to breathe. Immortals get out to such an early lead and so quickly that it was like, oh man, it was like gut, you know, a knife to the gut there for Team Liquid.
Right. It was brutal.
Yeah, you know, if the Shen side isn't winning early mid with the Shen ult, then it's gonna be hell for the Shen.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did talk about, or it was mentioned there, just the idea of global presence, right? With the GP and the Shen both having global presence on top of TPs, plus the Zillion with a TP, as well as Rek'Sai. There's just an insane amount of ability to affect maps from long range, the map from long range, and we saw a lot of that come through very early on, 8 minutes into the game. This is step number 1 for Immortals to get that advantage, as you see Team Liquid on your screen now, trying to figure out how they're going to deal with the aggression of Immortals in game 2. But this 8-minute play that we saw is a very clear example of how Immortals executes on split-second scenarios so well.
Right, so to set this play up a little bit more, there's a 2v1. I'll just break down the play first. There's just too many globals. They cut the play off here where you see Dardoch just trying to run into frame, and the Immortals just kicks that play off too soon. There was never a chance for Team Liquid to get into position.
Right.
But what kind of set all that up goes back to the 2v1. They did the initial turret take, but then what was different was Team Liquid wanted to match lanes, so their bot lane was initially running bottom, and I think Huni pushed the wave as GP, so they decided, okay, we'll let this wave come into Shen, and we'll go top, and we'll match the lanes. That decision cost them a little bit of tempo and XP, so when Lorlo is pushing that wave back, he's only 5 to Huni's 6, so when it stabilizes, they're able to force that play top Immortals, and Shen isn't 6 right when it starts. He needs to farm a little bit more to hit 6. He can't come in quite in time, and Dardoch and Phoenix were on their way up, but because the play had already started, they just couldn't get there in time. And it's just like a small series of things that are little in Immortals' favor and that they just execute on better.
Yeah, Shen hit 6 in the middle of that fight.
Yeah, not to mention that the tempo and timing was so brutal that even if Shen was 6, they probably would have lost it anyway.
Right.
Right. Yeah, but that is very true. But I am curious, how much of team comms or how much of these types of plays is planned for in team comms realizing, hey, I'm going to hit 6 before him, let's look to force a play, and how much of it is just happenstance or circumstance when you get to that level of play?
From my personal experience, it's just, I've had times where I perfectly communicate the teleport. I tell them, you guys can't fight right now, or if they do fight, then we're screwed, like stuff like that. Lorlo should be like, guys, don't fight, Huni's 6.
Yeah.
Or I'm not 6 yet, wait until I'm 6, move back, or else we're all gonna die. So stuff like that, it's just, you know, it's stressful for a top laner, but it's just what you gotta say.
It's not really something that you're always super conscious of doing, but there's a wave going in top, your wave on the other side is neutralized. You know that Team Liquid's gonna be coming to help get that wave into the turret. So it's not necessarily that Immortals is like super conscious of all that, but they know that there's a play coming topside. They want to act on it first since they have the level advantage.
Right.
And then just because Dardoch is a little slower behind Reignover and they have the TP from the Zillion, they're able to just get all of their members up there quicker.
When it once again kind of shows how much of a game of inches League of Legends is. We talked about just recently, you know, the fact that a tiny misposition allows KFO, or Ray rather, to jump over a wall, zero out your mid laner, and then turn on your ADC. Here, just a few experience shy of level 6, but Huni's got it. They can initiate the play, and you can't react to it properly. You don't have the power to deal with it. And so again, just game of inches. But those inches turn into feet when you're playing Immortals. Turn into miles.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So 16 minutes into the game, still very much in the early game. We have a 3-for-0 around the Drake, as you see Immortals always eating. I love it. They're always refueling between games 1 and game 2. But here they are, starting up the Dragon. Team Liquid's going to look for the contest, but it's going to turn out 3-for-0 in Immortals' favor.
They think they get the catch onto Pobelter, but while he just comes out of CC, he gets a really nice double bomb onto both Matt and Phoenix, which basically lets them take that fight because they was right underneath a Huni ult as well, so that basically decimates those 2 players. They're the ones who are dead. Dardoch around the rest of on the top side, he's not able to get a kill back, and that fight was basically decided just based off that double bomb and ulti combo from GP.
There was also, there was a really nice placed GP ult and a really nice Bard ult onto Jhin to stop the ult coming in.
Now, in the previous segment when we were on the other stream on NA LCS 2, I asked you a question about GP. I just wanted to give you an opportunity to reiterate your point, because we have a different audience, the audience that's actually watching this game.